Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this tutorial on Leaders Eat Last. In his book, Simon Sinek explores what makes some teams incredibly successful while others struggle. We'll look at the key ideas from the book, including how our biology affects teamwork, why trust and safety are so vital, and the problems that arise when we forget we're dealing with human beings. Sinek kicks things off with a powerful story about an A-10 pilot named Johnny Bravo. Johnny was flying a mission in Afghanistan when things got really dangerous. The troops on the ground were in trouble and Johnny put himself at risk to help them. When asked why he was so brave, Johnny simply said, "Because they would have done it for me." This illustrates a fundamental human need, the need to feel safe and protected by those around us, especially our leaders. When we know someone has our back, we're more likely to be courageous and take risks. Another great example comes from Bob Chapman, the CEO of a manufacturing company called Barry-Wehmiller. Chapman took over a struggling company with low morale and made some radical changes. He got rid of things like time clocks and payphones and encouraged people to communicate openly. Basically, he created a work environment where people felt respected and valued. The result? The company thrived because employees felt safe to take risks, share ideas, and support each other. This all goes back to how our brains are wired. We're constantly scanning for danger, even when there's no lion lurking in the bushes. If we don't feel safe at work, it's hard to focus, be creative, or collaborate effectively. Our energy goes into self-preservation instead of contributing to the team. Now, let's talk about some of the powerful chemicals that influence our behavior. Sinek focuses on dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. Dopamine is the chemical that gives us a rush when we achieve a goal, win a competition, or get a reward. It's a powerful motivator, but it can also be addictive. We can get so focused on chasing the next dopamine hit that we lose sight of what's truly important. Serotonin is associated with feelings of pride and status. It's the feeling we get when we're recognized for our accomplishments or when we help others. It makes us feel good about ourselves and encourages us to contribute to the group. Oxytocin is the trust chemical. It's released when we feel safe and connected to others. It makes us feel good about working together, and it promotes generosity and cooperation. As leaders, it's essential to understand how these chemicals work and create environments that encourage the release of the good ones. That means celebrating achievements, recognizing contributions, and building a strong culture of trust and respect. Part 3. Reality. One of the biggest challenges leaders face is creating environments where people feel safe to challenge the rules when necessary. Sinek uses a powerful example of an air traffic controller who broke protocol to help a plane in distress. The controller knew the rules, but he also knew that following them blindly would have led to disaster. He trusted his judgment and put the lives of the passengers first. This highlights the difference between blind obedience and true leadership. A classic experiment called the Milgram experiment showed just how dangerous blind obedience can be. In this experiment, participants were told to administer electric shocks to another person when they answered questions incorrectly. What they didn't know was that the shocks weren't real and the person being shocked was an actor. The disturbing finding: a majority of participants were willing to administer potentially lethal shocks simply because they were told to do so by an authority figure. Sinek argues that businesses often make the same mistake. They get so focused on numbers and metrics that they forget about the human beings behind them. A tragic example of this is the Peanut Corporation of America scandal. The CEO of the company knew their products were contaminated with salmonella, but he chose to prioritize profits over safety. The result? 9 people died and hundreds more got sick. This is a stark reminder of what can happen when we prioritize numbers over people. Part 4. Managing the abstraction. So, how do we manage the abstraction that's become so pervasive in our businesses and organizations? Sinek offers 5 simple but powerful rules. Rule 1. Bring people together. Face-to-face interaction is vital for building trust and relationships. You can't build a strong team through emails and conference calls alone. You need to spend time with people, get to know them, and build genuine connections. Rule 2. Keep it manageable. There's a limit to how many people we can maintain meaningful relationships with. This is known as Dunbar's number, and it's estimated to be around 150 people. Keep teams and groups smaller than this to foster a sense of belonging and community. Rule 3, meet the people you help. One of the most powerful ways to motivate people is to show them the impact of their work on real people. Sinek shares several examples of this, from fundraising to healthcare. When people see how their work makes a difference in someone's life, they're more likely to be engaged and passionate about what they do. Rule 4, give time and energy. In a world obsessed with money, it's easy to forget that time and energy are our most valuable resources. When you give someone your time and energy, you're giving them something you can't get back. This is a powerful way to show you care and build trust. Rule 5, be patient. Building a strong culture and a high-performing team takes time. It's not something you can do overnight. It requires consistent effort, patience, and a commitment to putting people first. In closing, Leaders Eat Last is a powerful reminder that businesses are human enterprises. They're made up of people with hopes, dreams, and families. When we forget that, we lose sight of what's truly important. By prioritizing people, fostering trust, and managing abstraction, we can create organizations where everyone feels safe, valued, and inspired to do their best work. Thank you.